What is going on, everybody? Welcome back today for Vlogmas. Today we're going through my collection. I'll be showing some of this that were like, yeah, I'm really glad I bought this disc. And then I'm also gonna be going through some of the worst purchases I've ever made as a disc golfer. So obviously, when everybody starts disc golf, they buy every disc, everything they see that looks cool, that might be cool, that someone's throwing. They buy everything. That's exactly what I did. I fell into the trap, just like everybody else. So I'm going to go through some of this I bought originally, and are some of my worst purchases. Starting off, the Malta. Not a big Malta guy. When I first started, I threw him. This is a first round Malta. It's alright. It's cool. It's not a buzz. I don't like the bead. I didn't really know what it was when I was getting into it, really. And then later on, I was scrolling infinite like you shouldn't be doing. And I'm like, this Malta looks cool. I have a Malta. I'm going to buy another one. I have never really thrown this in a round. I think I played one round with it and done field work with it. Looks cool. Don't throw it. Fell into the trap. Next, this is 2020. We buying this. A KJ USA A2. I don't know any Prodigy's plastic. This is some baseline something. I hate this thing. This does not feel good. I never threw it. Or I threw it. I don't know, it's pretty beat up. I don't remember even throwing it. I don't know. I don't like this. I think it was after KJ1 GMC. I think it was after he won GMC. I don't like it. Not a good disc for me. I'm a zone guy. Zone guy through and through. Next, we have two very similar discs. When Discmania merged, or not merged, but when they had all this, now they got all this stuff being made by Latitude, but it's being made by them. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a P2. I like deep putters, and by that I mean I don't like deep putters. My Shaman that I putt with is a 1.3 height, or no, not a height, depth. This has got to be like a 2 something. It's deep. I don't like it. I don't even like to throw it. P2. Same disc. Alpaca. Splatter S-Blend alpacas came out. I said, I need that. I need a premium plastic alpaca. I didn't need that. It's stable. It's okay. It's not a Luna. It's P2. Basically, or not basically, it is. I don't like it. I didn't need this. Why? Like, sometimes you gotta think. Next, this might hurt some people. MD3. I don't like this disc. I threw it a lot, and it resulted in a lot of bad shots because I don't like it. It's always slick. In the summer, I don't know why, it's slick. It's always slick. I just don't like this plastic, and I don't really like the feel of it. I wanted it to be more stable. When I first had it, it was pretty stable, but now it beat in. I just don't like it. I used to throw it a bunch. The plastic is super slick. You have to whale sack it every time in the summer. Not for me. Don't like it. And I like Z buzzes. Z buzzes, you don't got to whale sack every time. Next, this might hurt some people as well. The PD. The PD is in my bag. But this is when Discmania was getting rid of all their old originals, XOuts. I think it was a couple months ago. I think it was like in May or June. And I'm like, yeah, I want to be like Simon. And I was going to dye half of this red and be Simon. And be like, yeah, I'm going to throw a PD. I have it in my bag. I throw it occasionally. I don't know. It's just weird to me. It's almost like, I don't even want to say it's like my Vulture, because it's way more stable than my Vulture, but there's a huge chunk out of it now. Not a fan, really. If I need something stable like this, I'm gonna throw a Destroyer, because it is like a 10-speed, I believe. It'll stay in the bag until further notice, and I'll pull it out on some shots. Not my favorite purchase I've made, but it's still in the bag. Last but not least, this is also going to make some people mad. This Zeus. Alright, let's look at this Zeus first of all. Absolutely gorgeous. Rock City Open, first tournament of the year. I didn't even have, what is it? Winning money? Like, I didn't have a voucher yet. This was mid-round, or in between rounds. First round ended. My boy John lost like 3 discs. So he was up there browsing, so I'm like, I'm gonna browse. My boy AJ threw the Zeus all the time, and I'm like, wow, money stamp. And I bought it before I even had a voucher. I won the tournament. I had plenty of voucher money. But I'm like, oh, money stamp, I need to have it. Not a fan of the Zeus. I'm a Destroyer guy, to be honest. Zeus is out. I don't think I've thrown it very much. I've thrown it twice. Twice in a round. And it is on the bench now. Alright. Now that we're done reliving bad mistakes, let's relive some good moments. First, my favorite purchases. This XOut Splatter Espelin Pharaoh. That's my first purchase ever. And this disc flew great. And it got me into disc golf pretty much. You know, I throw the Pharaoh all the time. I should have a signature Pharaoh. Pharaoh's one of the best discs in the world. Next, this one I was pretty surprised about actually. When Drew Gibson came out with his line of discs, the Era. I think this is forged. But it's pretty cool. It feels good in my hand. It's pretty, I would say, understable, but it goes a mile. The glide on it is crazy. And I threw this all the time in the summer. And it actually probably needs to go back in my bag. But now it's just too windy. I was very, what's the phrase? Happily surprised with the Era. I would recommend. Next, I have this April Fool's. Here, I'll take it out the bag. April Fool's Paul Macbeth Destroyer. So instead of Innova here, they had Macbeth Disc Golf, like Macbeth bought the company. So this is 2016, I believe, so it's after 2015. I mean, you won all those worlds in a row. It's a sick disc. I think it's a cool collector's disc. That's really the only collector's disc I have. I have a Yuli signed disc and a Paige Pierce signed disc, which are cool, but I think that's one of the cooler collector items you could have. Next, the Scott Withers Force. Scott Withers left Discraft, unfortunately, but this was the ESP Squirrel before it was Tour Series. It's a super straight force now, but still has some fade at the end. Super dependable, it's me. This is one of my favorite discs in my entire bag. And I got some Pharaohs in the bag. One of the best discs I've ever purchased though. I also wiped the stamp. Next is this Buzz by Drake. The die is just sick, and it's such a good flying buzz, even if it's 172, which made me hesitant, but it's such a good flying buzz. It's such a good buzz, and a Z, it got me into the Z buzzes. Now I'm like Drew Gibson. I throw buzzes like Drew, obviously. It's a good disc. The die is absolutely sick. last but not least, Paul Macbeth 5-time XOut zone, or misprint zone. It's a good zone. This one's a little gummier. I believe it's Z. It's just a little gummier than my main zone. So I like this one a lot for backhands because I can like dig my thumb into it and throw it. But yeah, this is also kind of like a cool collector's-ish type disc. Hey, disc craft, I need y'all to drop them 6 times, man. Get them claws coming, man. But yeah, that's gonna be some of my best purchases, some of my worst purchases. I appreciate you guys for watching this episode of VLOGMAS. See ya.